My God, look at that, man. Think I should eat some, Jake? Let me show you a typical 6.0 PowerStroke problem. Today we're talking about one of the many common problems a 6-liter has. Seems like every time we work on one of these, there's always 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 70 different problems. There's just never one issue. This truck here in particular came in, had some bad injectors. We put some injectors in it a little while back, and then it come back, and we started having injectors going bad one by one. With a 6-liter PowerStroke, when you start having injector failures like that, the one thing you want to make sure that you have is good fuel supply. Not only the pump and the sinew to make sure we're not getting air in it, but also the fuel pressure regulator, which is something that we make mandatory when we do injectors. But without further ado, let me just get into showing you what the issue is. We're taking this fuel pump apart because I kept finding little bitty particles up in the upper fuel filter, and I knew it had clean fuel filters. The customer does their own maintenance. Let me show you what we found. My God, look at that, man. Think I should eat some, Jake? So if you're unaware of what this is a fuel out of a 6.0 PowerStroke, and this over here is what I call a header panel. Also houses your water and fuel sensor right here. That's why a lot of the time when you have this issue, you will have water and fuel sensor light coming on the cluster. So if you do have one, I highly recommend checking this. But look how much. So that stuff right there was slowly but surely making its way up to the injectors. Oh my God. All this mess, this gunk right here is getting up there to the rest of your fuel system. So I do know with this truck here in particular that they had problems with the fuel tank delaminating. This is a big cabin chassis truck which has a metal fuel tank. You know anything about those, if you let them sit for a long time, they'll delaminate on the inside of the tank. That gunk will go into your fuel system. They have since put a tank on it. I think somebody just missed this, but I mean, all this is not delamination. That's a literal dirt, guys. That's literal dirt and mud that I'm pulling out of this fuel pump. Holy shit. Oh, look at that, guys. That's the damn fuel pump. Look how much water and dirt has run through this thing. You can see there's our filter in there. And of course, you know, they turned this 32 millimeter fuel filter cap right here, maybe 36, into a round hole. This is the kit here. This is a little gasket kit that comes with all your O-rings and your little stuffy stuffs you need. That's the big gasket that goes right here because that thing always swells when you take it out. So you gotta have a new one. Here's the part number because the Ford dealer actually told me this was obsolete. So shout out Rock Auto for being reasonable and, you know, offering parts for vehicles that tear up more than anything else on the road. We're, I guess, going to be putting a fuel pump in this daddy. I think this is beyond repair. What do you guys think? Would you clean this bad boy up and slap it back in there, or would you get them a new pump? Because this is like an $800 pump. So guys, if you got a water and fuel light, it's probably on for a reason. Drain, you can pull this drain here out and drain the water out. But guys, I'm telling you, just take these 4 1/4-inch bolts out, buy this little kit, and take this out and make sure that you're not full of gunk, because I see most 6-liters that come in that I take these apart on, most of them have this kind of debris and gunk in here. Not to this extent, but they do have some. So if you have a water and fuel light, or maybe you just want to do some routine maintenance, this would be a really good thing to check on your 6.0 PowerStroke. Fuel pumps are located on the driver's side fuel rail. And yeah, be sure you don't round that off. Get the correct size sock, not a pair of pliers.